Lead funnels, if ever clicked on any of those Facebook accounts, you get down the bottom, it says click here, and it asks you your name, your email, your phone number, whatever contact information they think is relevant. That information is then passed on to somebody that may potentially follow up with you. Now, here's the interesting thing. So you could actually have lead funnels and not even be in a business. Let's use roofing for an example. It's summertime. I'm sure everybody on this call has gotten at least one spam call from a roofer already this summer. Turn the tables. Create 20 roofing websites that are created with artificial intelligence, meaning you go to an artificial intelligence platform, you create the person, what you want them to look like. Is it a homeowner? Is it a roofer? Is it a whatever? Is it a building construction superintendent, whatever. And you program, you type in a script, and he tells you, well, Mr. Homeowner, here's how you get screwed by the insurance adjusters. Here's how you get screwed by the roofing companies. And if you don't want to get screwed, why don't you click on the link below and I will give you a free consultation on how not to get screwed on your next roofing project on your house. That's a lead funnel. It is literally like stars in the sky. You could create lead funnels for selling lawnmowers. You could create lead funnels for whatever. Now you may be asking yourself, well, why do I need a lead for a roofing project? So that you can sell them. Did everybody just catch what I just said? So you can sell them. So you can specifically lock on to a zip code. Let's say there's a hailstorm in a city somewhere close to where you live. You could blanket that zip code over a 24, 48-hour period of time with 10, 15, 20 Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts, whatever profile you want to use. You could blanket that zip code. You could harvest 2 or 3 dozen leads. And then you call up a roofing company and you say, hey, Mr. Roofer, I've got 20 qualified leads. What are they worth to you? To give you an example, I know roofing companies that are paying between $300 and $500 for qualified leads. Okay? I don't want to just wax on here aimlessly about all the possibilities, but seriously, you could have a Facebook that is to show people how to select the right tires for their car. And you think to yourself, why do I care? Well, now you've got a lead. Someone contacts your Facebook account, says, I've got a such and such automobile. What's the best tire for my automobile? And now you get their contact information. Now you have a lead that you can sell to a tire guy. Okay, so there's more to it than TikTok Shop is what I'm trying to say. And we haven't even talked about a service. So everybody on this call is good at something. And listen, I want you to listen really, really close. I'm going to say something really sarcastic here. Everybody's good at something. I've got 7,000 followers, and I haven't even figured out what I'm good at yet on TikTok. Okay? My point is, people will follow you if you can articulate a message about something that you're good at that they may get some knowledge from. And I'm also going to be a little bit sarcastic here and say something. If you want to know what a real world example of a lead funnel is, everybody that is on this call right now has just been run through Ken's and my lead funnel. I don't mean to be mean. We didn't catch you because I guarantee you, you're going to get some value out of this call, okay? But I'm just telling you right here is a prime example of what a lead funnel is. When this call is over with, Ken is going to send out an email with some links. It's going to show you at a very high level, here is a great platform or a good platform that you can use to create your artificial intelligence content. Here's a great CRM that you can use to manage the contact information that you get. We're going to walk you through at a very 35,000 foot level what that is. I'm not here to try to upsell you, but let's be perfectly honest. There is no way in hell we could possibly deliver enough information to you in an hour to make everybody on this call experts at whatever it is that they're passionate about. What we're here to do today is to try to create at a very simple level a DIY solution that you can go and experiment with. If you're having trouble, then you contact us back and say, hey, what can I do? Maybe it might be another call. And please, I apologize. It's not about an upsell, but knowledge is power. Our knowledge that we can give you is power, and it's valuable. You're going to be in the same situation at some point when you're up and going. You're going to have something valuable, knowledge, product, or whatever, and you're going to understand that this is how this works in the 21st century. I'm going to leave you with one thing, and then I'm going to kick this off to Ken. In the 21st century, there is only one way that you can differentiate yourself from the machines. And Ken and I are in the business of building machines. I'm the money guy. He's a tech guy. We have a huge team of people that work with us. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what we know that we want to try to instill in you. There's only one way you can differentiate yourself from the machines. Proficiency, being good at something, either a goods or a service. Okay, that's first and foremost. Second is personality. But the reality of it is that's you as an individual. If you don't possess any of that, you can create an online profile, an artificial intelligence generated profile that you can be the expert in something that you may not even know anything about. This is the reality of the 21st century. So I'm going to kick it off to Ken. I'm actually going to go ahead and shut my screen off so I'm not a distraction. I'm going to be watching notes. If anybody has any questions, please feed your notes into the chat below, and I will feed that back to Ken if we need to answer anything specifically. Ken, it's off to you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Sounds like Gary was talking about me. I got no personality. I got no proficiency, but yet I'm making some stuff that is going to make up some of the deficiencies. I'm going to show it to you guys how you guys can walk away this afternoon and start doing some of these videos as well. So a little housekeeping. In the Zoom, you can put chat in there. You can raise your hand. This is a small, cozy group. You can just ask any questions, stop anybody midstream. I have no problem with that. With that said, I'm going to turn on my share screen. Okay, everybody can see that okay?
He's sharing the screen.
Yes. So it'll be good that if you are able to view the screen, then looks like okay, good. Stephen, looks like you guys on the phone. Is that okay? Because if you want, you can dial in using the laptops, give you more real estate.
I can see.
Okay, very good, very good. So like a cooking show, they always show you the finished product. So I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna show you something that I made for you guys, right? And then we're gonna go in to see the mechanics of it.
Hey, just wanted to say a huge thank you. You showed up, stayed present, and invested in yourself. That takes real intention. I'm genuinely grateful to be part of your journey forward. See you on the other side.
This video was made about 2.5 hours ago. I don't live on the beach. I didn't have a haircut. So that was a rendering of me. And what I'm saying is like, I'm going to allow you guys to use something called HeyGen, H-E-Y, Hey, Gen, G-E-N. So we're going to be doing a deep dive. And by the time you guys are done, you will be able to make this kind of video with your like list or with somebody else. Okay, so let's go in and talk a little bit more. So continuing what Gary was talking about, you find him on TikTok. So obviously you guys are active on that, but there are more than one way to monetize your influence or your knowledge. And there is a sub market. It's called user-generated content. So I don't know if you guys have seen something like, a person holding up like a shampoo, they're talking about that, and then, they could be sponsored, right? Or you can click on that and then they get a portion of that. Those are the TikTok shop that Gary was talking about. But as a matter of fact, you could actually be making this and selling it to a company, to a merchant. Maybe it is a organic shampoo. Maybe it is I don't know, like a poultry that's in your neighborhood. You can just make these videos. And if you're comfortable getting on the video, getting on the phone, walking around making a video of yourself, perfectly, go edit. But you know what? Usually the bottlenecks is the post-production, right? Sometimes the audio isn't very good. You're gonna have to go home and edit it, add some caption, and then sometimes you have these brain farts. You have to cut that out. It doesn't look very professional. So making video is only like maybe 20% of the effort. The other 80% is like trimming it, making it professional, adding all the animation, and then posting it. So what this AI workflow that we're going to be talking about using this product called HeyGen is you can script this thing. If you're very good at script writing, great. If not, like me, I just put it into AI and then I get the script. What is user-generated content? Okay, this is something that feels real. It's not scripted. Sometimes it feels like they're middle of cooking and then they just stopping to make a video, and it's usually very short. It's meant for social. It's not like a studio, like a Hollywood setting. It's very homemade. And it feels like real. I mean, you don't have a huge budget. You didn't rent out a studio with lighting equipment for that. So that is the kind of field that typically for user-generated content. And the focus is one product or one result from using the product, right? I'm not going to be talking about like weight loss in general. I'm talking about I use this supplement and I lost 10 pounds within the last 2 weeks. It's very focused and specific. And that the end result is you have trust because that looks like a real user. It doesn't look super made up. It doesn't look very glamorous. It looks real. It looks like your next door neighbor. So now I'm going to show you guys another example here. I'm going to play this to you and I'm going to show you guys how this is made.
Okay, so I used to skip skincare. Big mistake. This routine changed everything. My skin, way clearer, less oily, and I actually feel confident with no makeup now. Total game changer. I just use a tiny bit after cleansing, super lightweight, no breakouts, no greasy feel. Honestly, it's like my skin just drinks it up. 2 weeks in and my skin's glowing. Fewer breakouts, smoother texture. I'm obsessed. If you're on the fence, just try it. Click the link in bio for 20% off. Good till Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Trust me, your skin will thank you.
Anybody has any reaction after watching that video? Any comments? Yay, nay, however?
Kind of cliche. Kind of like you see it everywhere. Same thing.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
And what's most cliche about? Is that what she talks about? Is it the presentation? What do you find it boring?
I think it's the way she's talking. It doesn't sound like a real conversation. It sounds like she's talking at you and it just doesn't feel real.
I love that. I love that. Okay, good. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So the copywriting was done. I put about 5 words into the ChatGPT and it's giving me that prompt. So part of it, you can actually improve it by changing the script. And we'll get in to see how we can make it less cliche. As a matter of fact, you'd be surprised when you tell AI, hey, your script is so cliched. I don't like it. Change it. And then you give it some critique and it will improve after a couple tries.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Patricia. How about the rest of the room? Any other feedback?
Hi, Sharon here. Just this is just an observation. I can I can tell that this was generated artificially because the voice and the animation, for lack of a better word, are just off in little bits of parts. So when I see that, like in my head, I go, well, that's not a real person.
And Sharon, you're spot on. And now one thing that Ken and I have started to see happening on Facebook and Instagram a lot is you're starting to see the ads completely jump past the real human and they're just projecting themselves as a cyborg. Has anybody been on Facebook or Instagram and seen like an advertisement come along that's got like a cyborg head on a man with a suit on?
Yeah.
They're basically, people are now evolving in their marketing and going, you know what? People aren't buying the fact that it's not real. So the hell with it. I'm just going to own it. And we're just going to be a cyborg. And it depends on what you're trying to sell here. I mean, some people are going to buy into this young lady's story for the visual aspect of it. You change the script a little bit, you make it a little bit more realistic, and some people might go for it. I mean, good God, people, I see these over 50 dating things out on Facebook all the time, and I go down and I read the comments, and I can't believe how many guys think they're real women. But
Yeah.
okay, not everybody's as smart as us, Sharon.
Especially if you're selling something like skincare. I mean, you're going to want to be real. You're not going to want to like come across like you're just selling, you know, and she's like, what, you know, 25. You're like, oh, okay, skincare, 25. Come on, please.
Oh, wow. This is a tough crowd. But I love this. You guys are being very critical, but I got some good news. So let's and then is everybody yes, everybody else has any comments before we move on? Good. Well, we're just warming up. This is really getting good. Okay, so let's just have a little takeaway. User-generated content that feels real, not salesy. Well, we already kind of debating that. Think casual videos that build trust and drive action. That is the goal. Are we there yet? Maybe we're a couple months away from there. Okay, cool. So let's move on. Why use user-generated content? It converts better statistically than the polished ads. You know, when you go watch a Super Bowl halftime ads, it's like crazy, over the top. You know, you don't believe it. And then the trust. Now, we have this very critical eye. We know that is not quite a real person. But I have to say, sometimes when a real person, they got monetized, they got motives to talk about a product. How legit are those reviews anyway? When I go to Yelp, I know some restaurants are really bad. I've been into behind the kitchen, and people are like talking about this because they get some kind of incentives. But anyway, a user-generated content, whether you can make it like horizontal or vertical, you can share that over different platforms. You can send a newsletter, you can put on TikTok, you can put on Facebook, however you need. So it's very versatile that way. And it's very easy to scale. This is what we're talking about today. Now, I have some rules of engagement I'm going to go in to talk about. I tied my hands. I say, I'm not going to spend any money. I'm not going to use any paid tools to build everything that I'm showing you today. But if I'm given a budget, say $250, I will immediately run to Google. I will pay for a Ultra subscription to get this VO3. And this is going to be like a lot better next level. But what I'm showing you right now, this HeyGen, I am using the free level, which is you guys in a demo, everyone can sign up right now, no credit card, no nothing, and can start making a video just like what we were doing.
And Ken, back up a little bit when you were talking about Google. I want to slow you down because that is you threw some GEO and SEO language there that I want to make sure everybody caught, because that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to teach you people how to become GEOs or SEOs, and write that down and Google that, because that is a 21st century career. Jump back to that Google analogy, Ken.
Very good. So the old way of SEO is going to be evolving. Like when you're building a blog content and things like that, people are not using Google to search. People are using ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity to search for results. Whatever content you're building, you have to make sure that it shows up in the AI chatbot, and that is the new chapter right now. So that's what Gary was referring to. All right, let's go into these rules of engagement really quick so it feels like a fight club. Rule number 1, don't spend any money before making your first dollar, okay? I don't allow anyone to say, oh, let me just pay for this subscription, this and that. You're not allowed until you sell or pre-sell anything, a product, a service, dog walking, cat walking, pet sitting, whatever it is that you guys are in. Don't over invest. And then I'll show it to you, like, no credit card, no investment. You still will be able to make these videos.
And Ken, let me drill into why we're saying that. It's a challenge. And here's what I mean by a challenge. We want you to really get good at understanding what gets a reaction out of your audience, whatever it is that you're trying to push, a service, good, whatever. Let me give you a prime example of this and what Ken's talking about. And I do this a little different on TikTok, but if anybody's watched any of my TikTok videos, you're probably starting to see that I'm really stacking a lot of content up when I come up around Thursday, because I know that most people are working during the week. Saturday morning, the coffee crowd, they pull out their phone, they want to watch their favorite TikToks. But here's the thing. If I put a piece of content out on TikTok on a Thursday night at 8 o'clock, I wake up the next morning, it's only got 300 or 400 views, I know I've got a dud. If I put something out on TikTok and I wake up the next morning and it's got 1,000 views, ladies and gentlemen, I never spend more than $10 promoting a TikTok video. And you have all probably seen some of my videos that have gotten 20, 30, 50,000 views. So what I'm doing is I have been experimenting over the past few months to try to figure out what it is that gets people to engage. For example, I don't know if any of you saw my Mitch McConnell joking video that I put out on TikTok a week ago. I think it got 50,000 views. I'm going to share a secret with you. I didn't promote it at all. That was all organic views. What's that tell you? There are very, very specific little things that you can do organically that can get people to come and watch your content that you don't have to spend money on. Okay. So back to you, Ken. Sorry, I just wanted to share that.
Now, no money spent. And then rule number 2, no procrastination. It's not one day. It's day one. I got sick last year. I got a cancer diagnosis on Valentine's Day. So tomorrow is not guaranteed. You get to seize the moment. Today is the day. Okay? Lastly, rule number 3, ship early, ship often. What are we shipping? We're not e-commerce. What I mean by that is, like, if you're making a video, share it. Oh, but that's going to taint my reputation. Please, most likely no one is watching that video. Not for a while. Maybe not your first or second or third. Maybe not the first 20. Maybe the 20.
Go back and look at the BS that I put out on TikTok 6 months ago compared to the content that I'm putting out today. What Ken is trying to tell you is go. Do not be a perfectionist. Please do not worry that, oh my God, is my hair right? No, for God's sakes, people, I wear a white t-shirt and sit in front of a black banner and I've got 7,700 followers. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, and that progress isn't linear. I guarantee you that. They call it a hockey stick. You will get cricket, 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 cricket. And one of those videos, as long as you don't give up, maybe like Gary Vee, share that, repost that to the audience, then boom, you went viral. And then it may go down to cricket again. Now, I have to say something. I'm very active on social media. I help people advertise on it. Right now, TikTok is giving us an advantage. All of the other social medias, they are trying to monetize. Unless you're paying for an ad, you don't get no eyeballs, no engagement, no love. TikTok, because of all the sensitivity happening right now, is it going to get banned in the US? Is not going to get banned. They are giving away. If you have good content and people reacting to it, they are very generous, rewarding you with engagement.
TikTok is the cheapest place in the game. Sorry, Ken, I don't mean to interrupt, but I put something out on YouTube, it gets 20 views. I put something out on TikTok, it gets 2,000. What's that tell you?
Yes. Yeah. And it's very dynamic. Okay, so what we know today may not be tomorrow. Very good. Well, enough about all those rules of engagement stuff. Well, if you guys are ready and warmed up, I don't want anybody to get a cramp or anything like that. So we just get busy. And if you guys want to tag along, please, by all means. Now I'm going to show you another finished product. This is a little different because there are 2 ways actually there are about 50 ways in HeyGen to do things. I'm just pulling the 2 ways that are the quickest. So this is the newer paradigm. It's not as finished, it's still in beta. It's called Avatar 4 if you go into the user interface. So I'm going to show you this output compared to the other one. And maybe Sharon, You can also roast it to see if it's any better. So the audio should be working now. Let's see.
They said it was magic. I call it mastery. I bend energy, not for show, but for purpose. In a world of chaos, power flows to those who dare to command it. This is just the beginning.
Okay. Please roast this video now.
I don't know.
Is it any better? Is it does it no make sense, or like give me something here? Don't
So
leave me on
let me help the crowd a little bit. Okay, so I see people taking notes. This is a very important one, and this is something that Ken and I are dialed into constantly. Write down Myers-Briggs with 2G, Meyers-Briggs. In order to become a really, really effective marketer, you have to understand human psychology and personalities. And the reason why I'm saying that is what do you notice about the two videos that Ken has created? They're optically appealing. And why that's important is this is that term that we've all heard, clickbait, to get somebody to stop. Now, look, we realize that the lip sync and everything here wasn't just perfect. We understand that. But why I bring up the Myers-Briggs test is I want to explain something very interesting to all of you. When you read in-depthly into the various personality types that we as human beings possess, what you will find out is approximately 75% of society gets their information through their eyes, optically. That's called sensory personality types. Only about 25% of society is intuitives, which means the people that read the tea leaves like myself. Why I'm saying that is being visually compelling to get somebody to stop. That's what Ken's trying to do with this little clip that he's created here is you got to get people to stop scrolling and stop. So sorry, back to you, Ken.
Yeah. No, it's shock and awe. They call it's a hook. People are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. How do you hook them and stop the scrolling so they pay attention to your video and then your copywriting? Now, I want to add to my own roast. I show it to my mom. She say, "Who's that?" She didn't recognize me because I fed it one picture. And that picture was like 60% me, 30% another celebrity movie star. And then there's a blend of that, and then I feed that into HeyGen. So that's why my parents didn't even recognize me. Does it sound like me?
I don't remember now.
Yeah. So that is the factory, one of the factory voices. I haven't spent the time to clone my voice, and then it will sound like me with the accent. Again, what I'm doing is really out of the box, and that's what you guys can really do before you guys have lunch. Very good. So
you think the visual, sort of the better visuals, has more value than kind of the factory voice that we have, kind of going with the...
My observation is that people definitely react to the visual. The quality, look, it's kind of like running a restaurant, Steve. Mm-hmm. You might have a really great sign out in front that says best barbecue in America. And if people get inside and the barbecue sucks, they're never going to come back. So this is where you as a GEO really have to have both sides of your brain dialed in. Yeah, you can get people to stop, but if what you deliver after that is junk, they're never going to come back. Now, I don't mean, and this is the beauty of it, ladies and gentlemen, there's 9 billion people on the face of this earth. Don't worry if you lose people, you're going to get more next time, okay? You're going to get more engagement, even if what you did in the beginning sucked and you had to redo it. Don't worry, they'll come back or you'll get more viewers. What we're trying to encourage you to do is set at home and play with this. And we're not just saying HeyGen is the best. This just happens to be one that Ken just really likes working with. There will be more. There will be another version or some other technology that'll come along at some point. I'm also going to make a prediction. At some point in time, you're going to be able to do this literally on your phone. You're going to be able to take a picture of a sunset, dump it into AI, tell AI, use my voice and say something really compelling about this sunset. Boom. You're going to be creating content. We're just trying to give you something that works today. Trust me, this stuff is evolving so fast, it's going to blow your mind. A year from now, what we're talking about is going to look like dinosaur technology.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You focus on the visuals, because that the verbal sort of template type stuff will catch up. I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Steve, I want to add to some of these ads, you can notice they don't say anything. They just doing something. 8 seconds. Well, why? Because there's a current limit. And if you get away with having a voice, there's less to go wrong.
No
lip sync.
I think myself might be worse than what AI will do for me. So maybe let them AI just be the version.
You mean your voice?
Well, I think me in front of a camera I don't know. I got to work on that. So I don't know. I think AI might be better than me. So
you don't know. You don't know. And try both. Try both. You beta test.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think that's definitely worth, like I was saying in the beginning, recording without the brain farts and the NGs is one thing, but it's the post-production of it. There's also a big chunk of time. That's a bigger chunk of time.
Lot of time. That's actually why I quit posting YouTube videos. I would have to go to a studio, record the content, bring it back, dump it into Clidio. And Clidio's the package that I happen to use. Literally, I would spend an entire weekend editing 20 or 30 videos for the next week. When I finally pulled out my phone and just started recording content for TikTok, I was like, oh my God, why have I been doing it the other way? Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Cool.
Can I ask a quick question? Maybe I'm in your head, but do you then put this on, do you create like an Instagram for this, put it on there? But what if you have no followers? Like, how are you?
So this is this is the chicken and the egg. Is it Dana or Dana?
Dana.
Okay, so this is the chicken and the egg. Okay. I'm going to give you a really, really interesting story. So, when I started on TikTok, guess what? I had 0 followers. My daughter doesn't even follow me, and that tells you how crappy my content is. But why I tell you this is Thanksgiving of 2024, I had 0 followers. I was getting maybe 4 or 5 followers a day until I put a video out said, human beings existential threat. I haven't looked at that video lately, but I think it had 80,000 views. That video probably picked me up to close to 2,000 followers off of one video. So do not obsess. And I trust me, I'm a perfectionist. Do not obsess with, is it good enough? Is it perfect? Is somebody going to watch it? What we're trying to encourage you to do is it's sort of like when you learn to cook in your teen years. The first couple cakes might have tasted okay, but they look like crap. It took you a little while to get everything to kind of work. Put one foot in front of the other. Just start. You don't know what you don't know. And the other thing that I encourage, and we talked about this in the beginning, open up multiple social media platforms. Multiple Facebook, multiple TikTok, multiple Instagram, multiple whatever, LinkedIn. The reason being is each one of those could have its very own avatar. It could have its very own personality. It can have its very own product or service. And at some point you may go, you know what, I'm just going to shut that one off because clearly it ain't working. I'll try something later. The main thing is, Dana, put one foot in front of the other. Just start experimenting, please. And the beauty of it is you're creating your alternate personality. It's not going to have your name on it. Okay. What I'm trying to point out here is it's not going to have your name on this profile. Create something that is just a petri dish, a science project. If it sucks, your friends and family won't even know that it's you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping.
Sorry, back to you, Ken.
No, this is great. Dana, did it answer your question?
Yeah, and maybe it's now that the algorithms are different, it starts, I think back in the day, it used to be if you didn't have anyone, like you had to tell someone to come to my page, and now it's like the way the algorithms work, it sort of shows your account.
Everybody is getting into the feed now. Everybody is getting into the main feed now. I can tell you that because I wouldn't have gotten the followers that I've gotten if I hadn't gotten out in the main feed.
Yeah. And there's also something beyond our control. We can only do what we can control. And I think part of it is like the best way to learn is to teach. And once you are creating it, you essentially are teaching and you become a master in that field. And then it's going to get better and better. There's a guaranteed win for you. And how the algos are going to be changed, you have zero control. Even people working at TikTok or Instagram is a machinery that some CFOs or somebody will say, hey, we need some stockholder values, and then bam, the algos change. Yeah. Very good. Cool. Well, if we're okay with this, let's go ahead and switch gear, and then we'll do some demo here. So we're going to switch over to HeyGen, and if you guys want to follow along, I'm going to go at about medium pace. I've done this before, but I'm going to start from the very beginning. So heygen.com is going to take you to this landing page. So I am going to be creating a burner account, and then this is the sign up. I'm not signing in. So it's going to send me a code. And because I'm doing it so much, I have to do this thing to make sure I'm not a bot. And I don't.
And you do realize every time you log into a CAPTCHA like he's doing right now, you're actually training an algorithm. You're training an algorithm to understand how people think. We are both the guinea pigs as well as the clients when it comes to algorithms. It's really scary if you sit back and think about this. It's like, oh my Lord, how many people have had the joke where somebody said, yeah, I was talking about putting insulation in my attic, and the next morning I woke up and there was ads from Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, it's real. Okay, that's not a joke. That is a real thing.
Perfect. Number one, don't spend any. You could easily be spending all the other plans, but like for now, let's just do the free plan. And it's going to do a quick survey here. I'm just going to pick the first one. It doesn't really matter. It's just the company learning the audience a little better. That's about it. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. So finish this as quickly as possible. Don't be intimidated. Like I told you, it's got about 55 features that you can be doing with it. But what we're going to do today is two things. Is this Avatar 4, which is the video with the better lip sync, and then with the girl about skincare, that is the AI Studio. We're going to do it second. So we'll go into Avatar 4. Okay. Is anybody following along or just kind of watching? So I want to adjust the pace. Everybody good?
Are you good? Yeah, we're kind of following along too.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So photo to video with Avatar 4. Amazing, amazing. Now, this is where if you want to use Brad Pitt's photo or your own photo or you look like Brad Pitt, whatever, you can just drop a photo on the left-hand side. Use as good of a high resolution as possible, because if you garbage in, it's going to be garbage out. And if you're making something that it should be you because you're doing the UGC, then it becomes a face video. But you can also do something faceless, which is not even your face. It's like stock characters. And if you don't want to use any photos, you can use the pre-supplied ones. But I have some photos here, and hopefully it is not too objectionable. I can't guarantee you that. Let me find some photos. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. Okay, so this, again, not a real photo, okay? It's a little bizarre, but I want you guys to walk away. It's like, well, if you started with such a terrible photo, what's going to happen? That's what I'm trying to push the boundary a little bit. But when you guys are doing it for real, it wouldn't be something that crazy, right? This is the script. right now it's in beta, and I'm also on a free plan. It's very limiting. It's only 15 seconds. And you're allowed about 210 characters. So Sharon, you were talking about, no, I think it was Patricia. Patricia was talking about it was very cliched because the copywriting or the script was done very cliched. So let me just put this here, and then we can collectively adjust it. So I got 183 characters. This is exactly how was said in the previous video. So if you want to make it less cliche, this is the chance. And some of us are better than writing than the others. I got this output from ChatGPT. So maybe using Claude or some other LLM, the output is a little better. But anything you changed is what this character is going to say. Okay. And now this on the bottom is a bonus. You don't have to use it. And it's also beta. So it's not really 100% reliable at the moment. But what I would like to do is to add some additional parameters, right? I want to make it smile softly. And then I want some gentle movement. And then I also want to have some nodding, appear warm and sincere in eye contact, and lean slightly forward, but not like in my face. Now, this doesn't really work reliably because it's still in beta, but I think it's good if you want to fine tune some of the videos and you can say, oh, this is too cliche or the person doesn't sound real. This is where you can do some fine tuning. Okay, very good. we are using a freemium, so it's always asking you to adjust. Got a question. Does it matter if your content is a person? How does it compare if you generate video based on subject matter, X lawns or home interiors? If your content is a person. Now, what do you mean by that, Sharon?
So it seems like we're focusing on using your image and scripts so that you're talking in your videos. But what if you have, what if you are selling things for like personally, like I do artwork. So a lot of my videos I generate are videos of like interior design, landscapes, things like that. So I just wanted to know if that's like not worthy as opposed to having a person speaking.
No,
like what grabbed your attention back?
No. And once again, it goes back to you may not even realize how cool and a catchy of a hook that you may have in your mind that even Ken and I can't fathom. For example, who's watched the Bush's baked beans commercial? The dog talks. Okay. Right. I mean, bringing some of them beautiful Bush's baked beans or whatever the stupid dog says. The point is, Sharon, you could literally have a star floating around in your video talking. Like the back in the day when we had the star on the ABC after school special shoot across with the big smile. Anything, whatever it is that compels your audience, we're not trying to put you in a box, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Be as creative and as fun with it as you want. You may wake up someday and go, oh my God, everybody's looking at my video. What did I do different?
Okay. And so would HeyGen work for something like that? Or is that kind of something that we need to do to explore what programs would generate the content that we want to create? Like, I'm guessing that HeyGen is specifically for, shoot a picture of yourself and a background and style and all that. And then it's going to give you a video of yourself. So is that correct?
You can upload any image into this, can't you, Ken?
Yes, the backstory of HeyGen is to make corporate training videos. That's how they started about a year and a half ago. So they're continuing with that. It usually has a avatar. Maybe it's a customer, maybe something like that. So objects, maybe some other tools will be better, and we will have a list of that. Runway, ML, even open source, cleaned. You can use Sora from OpenAI. they have all different strengths, but HeyGen has traditionally been better with a talking head kind of video.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to like segue the conversation.
Oh no, this is great. This is great. This is why we have this Q&A format. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, so going back to that, and that's why that video didn't sound like me, because I was using a factory voices, right? And there are hundreds of them. You can pick. I think I pick like an Asian, but I can easily sound British. You can see the British fact. I can sound international. This is where you can use the filter to change up. I want to send Australian for whatever reason. But oops, go back to that. That is okay. That's not going to sound like you. When you want to go record your own voice, you would be using something called 11 lap. 11 laps. And that's when you actually record yourself for, I think, 10 or 15 minutes. You read a story, a couple paragraphs, and then they clone your voice, and then you can bring it back into this. But for now, let's just go ahead and just pick a voice. And then you can preview it.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life.
Okay, it's a little depressing.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it. The right voice brings avatar videos to life.
Okay. Oops. Let's pick.
Hey, just wanted to say a huge thank you. You showed up, stayed present, and invested in yourself.
Yeah.
That takes real intention. I'm genuinely grateful to be part of your journey forward.
Cool. Well, that doesn't sound like me, but it's okay. And this is where I can change. If it is going to be a horizontal or vertical, we are talking about TikTok, mostly it will be something like that, right? So we will go ahead and generate that. Now you can see 720 versus 1080. 1080 is HD, 720 is even lower. That's why it's a freemium. We are using the lower resolution for now, but we're going to generate. And also the free plan, you will be in the queue or in line for a little longer. Paying it is kind of like, buying for like a business class or first class. Is going to get you in front of the line a little bit. But it's going to be done in about less than 5 minutes. And with the free plan, you can have 3 videos. We just created 1, so we got 2 left after this is done. So while this is happening, let's see. Any questions so far? Any thoughts? Are you guys pretty comfortable creating script and creating content from ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini? Is that a pretty much a habit now?
I've only done a little bit of ChatGPT. I always forget the name, but that's it. So I'm all in new here.
I've played with it a little bit as far as I have an idea for a book. So I started with just a paragraph, kind of summarizing it.
Okay.
Really, and then what I loved about it, because I was very new at it, was that I could see how it suggested ways for me to make it more like deeper and more dynamic. So as I went through that process, I really started to learn what it was capable of. So not only breaking it down into chapters and being able to ChatGPT is able to move the way that you guide it to. So like there were a couple characters that in the beginning of my paragraph I didn't mention. And then later down the road, even though it had already written like 10 chapters, or at least outline chapters, when I introduced a couple new characters to it, it was able to take it and mesh it and make it work. And it was amazing to me. So I can see the power of, and that was just me playing with it for an hour or two.
Yeah.
So we understand that it even showed me like if I were to make a movie out of it, and it showed me a small kind of like script to give you an idea of what it could do. And it even suggested directors. So it was really, I was just amazed by it. It was incredible.
Now, a little side note to that, and then I see Sharon's got a question, but I don't know whether anybody even paid attention to this, but back in 2021, Tyler Perry canceled a $700 million construction project on a new movie studio that he was going to build outside of Atlanta. You just explained why. So back to you, Sharon. You've got a question.
Funny.
Thanks. Yeah, just what is the difference between paying for these programs and using the free version? So I do use ChatGPT to create content, and I will ask it to use SEO terms for Etsy or whatever. But when I'm doing that, I'm always questioning in my mind, like, am I going to get a better result if I pay for these things? So does it matter if you're just using it? Like, I don't use it a lot, so I don't want to pay for it, but does the quality of your results matter if it's a paid subscription or unpaid?
Good question.
It's very, very good question, Sharon. Without going into too much technical details, the biggest difference, if they have different models, kind of like you have a Toyota, Corolla, Camry, and then you can go to Lexus and whatever, right? So I want to show you this thing here. The default is GPT-4.0, and I apologize on their behalf. They are terrible in naming things. So the go-to model is GPT-4.0. O3 has the reasoning. It's actually, you can show that it's thought process. Oh, Sharon's asking me that. I think she has this question about that. I'm going to answer it this accordingly. This reasoning is go back and forth, and it shows you the thought process, very transparent. And then if you're doing scientific, if you're writing paper or doing coding, these higher models is going to give you way better results. So the paid model will give you a taste of these higher models, maybe 5 prompts. And then it's going to tell you, oh, you are throttled because you're not a paid customer. So that's the biggest differences is between the capabilities of the models.
Okay.
And there's also this thing called custom GPT. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. That's totally out of scope of this class. I just want to mention this. So I actually have a AI boardroom. I can't afford to hire a chief marketing officer, a chief operating officer, a revenue officer. But guess what? I built something called custom GPT, and I'm going to show it to you. So I'm going to click on it. And this custom GPT knows my circumstances. I run a marketing agency supporting venture capital firm. My writing style is very concise and precise. I train all of this. How? They got this thing called Edit GPT. So this thing is very important. I pre-trained the custom GPT so that the rules, the output is very tailored to me instead of me going back and forth and asking it, please don't sound like a poet, but sound like a researcher, sound like a revenue officer, right? I can do this. This you can only access with the paid version. And it starts 20 all the way to 200 a month. And that's why you're paying for the extra access. Does that help, Sharon?
It does. It does. So you could, like, hypothetically sort of set up your own marketing system. If you want to do a deep dive into this, you can just kind of, is this the way you automate more things like posting and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. We haven't even gotten to that, and we may not even have time this morning, but you can literally at some point completely automate all of your content postings.
Okay. Okay, good.
How crazy is that?
Awesome. Well,
the whole can of worms.
Yes. Yes.
It is indeed. So while we were looking at the GPT, this video is done, and I have no idea. We were creating in real time. I apologize if it's offensive. I don't know what's going to come out. Let's see.
Hey, just wanted to say a huge thank you. You showed up, stayed present, and invested in yourself. That takes real intention. I'm genuinely grateful to be part of your journey forward.
Oh my. So you download it, you can add caption, you can do whatever you need and go TikTok, go edit, right? So you can see the workflow.
So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I apologize. I made it such a ridiculous example. I don't want to traumatize your Saturday, but you know, you will remember something about this class. All right. So if everybody is still alert and awake, we're going to move on to the last hands-on demo. Okay. So now this is the UGC video. Remember the Olivia is the girl talking about skincare. So we're going to make something like that too. So, and the steps are pretty quick. Launch AI Studio. We're going to find the avatar. It's not going to be my face. It's going to be one of the, I think they have a couple hundred professional actors and actresses already in the system. You add a script, you add the captions, you can add some editing. This is where, Steve, this is where the saving is happening because you're doing the post-production real-time by using prompting. You're not going to the extra tool that Gary was talking about and doing this cut like a movie producer. You're not doing any of that.
You're telling it before you shoot the content what you want the content to do.
Cool.
Yes. So that's why Taylor Perry pulled her movie.
Crazy.
Yes. All right. So we'll go back. We'll click on HeyGen to go back to the homepage. As promised, this is the second of the 50 or 600 features they have. So we're going to go to launch an AI Studio. I don't need a tour, but if you guys want to, you can. So no, I got this. It's a blank canvas. Don't be intimidated. So first step, we're going to pick an avatar. We're going to pick a person, right? It's not going to be me on a beach anymore. So we pick on this thing here. And you can see these are the professional actors in the repository. We're going to find a new one that we like. So we placed avatar. And there are different types of videos. If I want to make a corporate HR training video, I could do a professional one. If I want to do a lifestyle talking about, you know, going to vacation to wherever, that's fine. But specifically, today, we're talking about user-generated content. If you remember the young lady talking about the skincare product, that's Olivia. So this is where you can go find out the different people that are available, different demographics, different background, and some of these avatars, they have different looks. So most of these have one look, but like some of them have like different looks. So it's different background in the backyard, by the pool, or something like that. So why don't we take a quick poll? Let's make a UGC. What kind of business can we agree on, kind of collectively? Anybody throws out an idea, we'll go at it.
Suggestions.
Artwork.
Yeah, artwork.
Artwork. Okay, very good. Very good. So it would be let's just make this a art buyer, somebody that just bought your art. Okay. Can you please tell me the demographics? What does a person look like so that we can, is it a middle-aged person? Is it like a younger person?
That you're selling to?
Yeah.
That you're selling to or that you are?
I guess, or that we are.
They bought from you. So it's a testimonial about your art, about your pieces.
Maybe a middle-aged person.
Yeah, middle-aged. I haven't sold anything yet, but I do.
Okay.
I'm going to be giving away my first painting to a 60-year-old person.
So Steve, manifest.
Yeah, he's a relative.
Manifest.
Yes.
So gender?
Male.
Okay. So let me look here. Ross, does Ross look like your?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay.
Except for he's beardless, but that's okay.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I don't think right now it will change it to the beardless.
Yeah, no, that's fine
for now. So this person has 4 looks. So Let's see. Maybe we got some. One in his living room, in the kitchen, in the car, right by the patio or something like that. Which one
We'll
sounds
do,
more legit?
kitchen.
Kitchen. Kitchen. This one looks like a kitchen. Okay, Ross sitting in the kitchen. Very good. So this is where, again, if you're very good at script writing, then you can just come in here and type stuff. Okay, but I'm not very good at it, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go at a new chat, making a UGC. Make me a 30 second script broken down into 5 scenes. Now I'm gonna explain why I'm doing this, why I was getting busy. And so I use a 4.0 model. Is decent. It's not the best, but I think it's pretty decent. So it's giving me all the script. 4 scenes. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I was drowning in tools. Actually, no, this is wrong. I didn't talk about what this person just bought, right? So this is just wrong.
Say just purchased a piece of artwork, testimonial.
Yeah, just piece of artwork.
Testimonial.
Yeah, it's make me a 30-minute testimonial. Yeah, this is very important. Garbage in, garbage out. We just let it just go wild with it. So that's not very focused. So making a UGC, make me a 30-second testimonial script broken down into 5 scenes. Just purchase a piece of artwork. Now, if I have time, the demographics is going to be a 50-year-old male talking in a kitchen. Okay, that's it. Specific enough. It's good enough. And this is when you're gonna fine tune it. You're gonna feed that into the HeyGen, and then you're gonna do it. But the more iterations you do, the more credits you burn. And remember, the free plan only gives you free.
Okay.
So let's review this. I don't usually buy art on impulse, but this one stopped me cold. This colors, the texture, it just spoke to me, something in me, like it belonged here before I can see it. Blah blah blah. You can see that. So Patricia, does it sound cliche?
No.
It passes your test?
I can't really.
Oh, you can't really see? Okay, no worries. I want to make it bigger.
It's for someone.
I like the stop me cold part.
Yeah.
And the one below, the one right after that.
The texture.
The textures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So let's
photograph from my cousin. He was in Africa, and I've been on this little painting kick. And I thought, oh man, that looks good. And I've never given a painting to anybody. None of them I feel comfortable. But I put myself on the hook by saying, I will paint that for you. And so that's what's happening.
So you know what, Steve?
Yeah.
If we got more time, I will actually add those specifics. It's those specific that make it really credible, and it's gonna make it stick.
Yeah.
So in order to not make it cliche, you add those little hooks in there, and I'll just come back. I'll just come back here and then edit it. Okay, but for time's sake, I'm not gonna do it here. So I'm just gonna copy this thing back.
Yeah, that's my favorite one, just because people who don't buy art, but then something made them, that's
Yeah.
It definitely makes you go, huh, I wonder why. What was so good about it?
Yeah. And it's the little twist that's going to make it really stand out. So I'm just copy and pasting it here. So you can do it all in one big block. Having used the different editing tool, I used to spend hours and hours to make a 30-second video. So I know adding the scenes is going to give you like chapters. And the reason why you do that, as soon as you do different scenes, you can just do arrangements a lot easier. It's like writing a book. Instead of writing one big chapter, you're breaking it down to 10 chapters so that you can shuffle them.
Yep.
So best practice. So I'm just going to copy the different scripts in here. Add. This is 3 of the 5. Add more scene. This is 4th one. Add one more. Horsepower. Okay, so it's just copy and pasting it. Okay, anything you don't want it to say, you want it to say, by all means. Okay, and this is the cool thing. You can actually add pause. You can actually add speed and zoomed. Zooming is changing the video angle, but you can actually add pauses in here. And I'm not gonna. We should have enough time to show this. After we're done, if you want to go to a global market, we just translate into Spanish. And if you're going to France, just
and we've got it. We've got to do that for them. Hurry up and do this. We've got to do that because they'll be blown away.
Okay.
You can literally have a Southern European Facebook page, Steve.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes. So remember, like you have to do a different tool to add editing and caption and things like that. Forget that. It's all done here. So let's just do it right here. Apply all. And then we're going to do a preview. Okay. So before I hit play, you can see the lip is pixelated because that is where the AI is going to add the credit. That's going to consume the credit. And the preview mode, you won't see the mouth, but we're just going to preview it for now.
It is.
Okay, it's thinking about it right now.
I don't usually buy art on impulse, but this one stopped me cold. The colors, the texture. It just spoke to something in me, like it belonged here before I even saw it. I already cleared a spot. That's how fast it went from maybe to must have. At this stage in life, I don't buy stuff. I invest in things that mean something. This means something. If you're on the fence, don't be. Art like this doesn't just hang on your wall, it lives with you.
All right. All right. So let's go ahead and generate that because it's going to do its thing. So art.
They say 208, 240.
Buying. Resolution we're free, so 720. Format, all of that is good. You can change, you can remove the watermark for the free plan. So we're gonna let it run. And so it's gonna take its time, and when it's done, we're gonna translate that into Spanish. Now, my native tongue is Cantonese Chinese, so I changed it into that dialect. It was wrong, but I changed it to Mandarin, which is a standard Chinese in China, and that's spot on. The accent sounds like a rich person from Beijing, which is the best dialect there is.
Awesome.
So I would say if you are doing this translation, please verify that. Either you as a native speaker or get it verified by a translator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to take a bit of time. So this is where I would love to get some feedback from the team, from Gary. What are the thoughts so far?
Steve, how old are you? And I don't mean to just call you out on the carpet here, but you look like you're probably about my age, mid-50s?
Yeah, 56.
There you go. I'm 55.
All right.
Okay. My point is this. Do not let the grass grow under your feet, my friend.
That's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
Okay. Same with you, Sharon. I mean, we didn't know when we were watching Barnaby Jones and Matlock and crap like that in the 80s and the 70s when we were growing up. We had no idea this was coming. But look, you can't just bury your head in the sand and imagine that, you're going to survive this, because this is Ken and I, we live and breathe this world at a very high level. This is going to be profoundly disruptive, but you got to run straight into the fire. And the best thing that you've got going for you, everybody on this call has got going for you right now, is you've got a paycheck coming in. Yep. Use that paycheck. Okay. Don't wait until, well, I'm out of options. Well, you're out of income too.
Yeah. It sounds like there's so much you can do. I mean, I a lot of this I came in thinking where I'd like to attach it to mental health. This past year, this painting is changing me in ways that I wouldn't mind sharing with people, and hawking products that have to do with mental health wouldn't be something I'd be against.
Yeah.
Right. Sharon, you had a question. I don't want you to run off. You had a question.
I did. Just say you wanted to add an image of the painting that he just bought to this video. Can you just upload an image and put it into one of the slide slots? I'm guessing that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. So remember I click on the caption and then the caption was added. To his left is a element, kind of like Canva. You can then add like a B-roll. You can insert the piece of art that Ross was talking about.
Okay.
And that's exactly the editing that you would have be doing elsewhere otherwise.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the finished product with the lip sync.
I don't usually buy art on impulse, but this one stopped me cold. The colors, the texture, it just spoke to something in me, like it belonged here before I even saw it. I already cleared a spot. That's how fast it went from maybe to must have. At this stage in life, I don't buy stuff. I invest in things that mean something. This means something. If you're on the fence, don't be. Art like this doesn't just hang on your wall, it lives with you.
That's cool.
Now, I realize there was some lip sync issues there. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Ken and I live and breathe this every day. This technology is changing so fast that what might look really rudimentary today, 90 days, 120 days, 180 days from now is not going to be rudimentary. So get started. I realize some of this might suck and you might go, gee, I wish it looked better. Trust me, it will very quickly. So hit them with an accent, Ken.
So we got Spain, Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile and Colombia. I can't tell any difference. Is anybody Spanish speaking? Can anybody help? If not, I'm just going to pick.
Just go Spain.
Go Spain.
Castilian Spanish.
Okay, good. So let's go hit applied. And then let's go ahead and we go preview it. We don't need to
preview
generate.
it so we don't lose the time.
Yeah.
Normalmente no compro arte por impulso, pero este me dejó helado.
We didn't translate it all the way. We only translated the first scene, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. So just like that, we get a little bit of a global market outreach.
You're selling all around the world. So now not only are you setting up American Facebook accounts and Instagram and TikTok, you're setting up foreign ones. This is what I meant earlier when I said 9 million people on this planet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't remember anything else, proficiency and personality, first thing you need to remember. The other thing is there are 9 billion people on this planet that want to buy your stuff. Artificial intelligence opens that door for you.
And you don't have to open a separate account.
No. Well, I mean, you because you're going to be there, you may want everything to be different. The visuals, you don't know. You're just going to have to experiment.
Because then you'd have one video in Spanish and another one next week. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. It's amazing all this.
Now you see why I got so excited. I'm a lazy person, Steve. I am the laziest person in the world. You'll never meet anybody lazier than me. Yeah. If I can figure out how to make money, this is it. This is it.
Right on. This is cool.
Awesome. Well, that, as far as I can see, nobody has fallen asleep. Everybody is on video at least. And I congratulate you for investing this Saturday morning or afternoon with us. And I really urge you to go just to take this knowledge, put it in your parking lot somewhere. Sign up, spend about 2 hours, have fun with it. You don't have to share, but it's better if you share, send us an email. We'd love to be able to continue this journey with you.
Yeah, so you guys have follow-up classes or anything, or?
We do. So that's what I want to talk about. And I'm really, 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 I want to be aware of this because I value people's lives and I want to help people succeed. And Ken wants to help people succeed. We're not trying to upsell you. This is not why we brought you here to drag you down a dog and pony show and upsell you. That's not what we're trying to do. What I'm trying to say is there is so much knowledge that has we haven't even scratched the surface of. Okay. So yes, if you want to know more, yes, send us a message. There's a lot of things we can do. There's a lot of other avenues we can pursue. This is not about trying to upsell you. It's just literally, you know, we grew up in a time when a solenoid for an F-Series pickup was on the firewall. Now you can't even touch the vehicle without getting sued by Ford. My point is the technology is so vast. It's the same way here. There's so much, Steve. There's just so much that we could teach you, but we can't do it in an hour. So absolutely reach out to us. We want to hear your plans. We want to hear your goals, your aspirations. Interestingly enough, you talked about mental health. Well, guess what? Ken and I are working on a artificial intelligence product that is specific for mental health.
Awesome.
That is one thing that we're working on right now. Now, the sad story behind that is this, Steve. Why have we prioritized mental health is because we think that in the next couple decades that is going to be incredibly important as human lives are disrupted, sadly.
Yes.
So, you know, we're not just capitalists. We care. We care about people's lives. We understand that, you know, we're going to go through some big changes here.
That's awesome. I'm with you on the mental health stuff.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. So no, send us emails, bring us ideas, concepts. We want to hear what's going on in your lives. And if there's more technology that we can offer you, you know, maybe we can schedule follow-up calls, one-on-ones with Ken or whatever. In the meantime, you will be getting an email from us that will cover a lot of what we covered here. There's going to be some links. There's going to be some pointers. Basically, it's his PowerPoint presentation that he's just created here. We're going to kind of send a condensed version of that out to you. It'll help you at least get started with the DIY. The main thing is stumble and fall, make some mistakes, create some crap. I mean, there's no harm in it. And I would encourage everybody to create an alternate Facebook or Instagram, and you can just start putting content out there. What the heck?
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that.
You know? There's no harm in that. So you got 3 followers. Okay, your content sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to do it. You got to have.
You got to start. You got to start.
It's like with my painting. My first painting was so terrible, but I knew that if I kept going, it's like layers. You learn. You just put on a little layer of knowledge, and then you just slap on another one, and it just gets more and more.
Yep.
We believe there is a future. We believe there's a financial future for a lot of people, but it's not going to be for everyone. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that completes our adventure for this morning. Send us back, like I said, emails, questions, comments, whatever. We'll try to help you move on from this step.
Right on. Thank you. I appreciate
you.
it. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You bet, Jen. Thank you for following. Everybody, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Enjoy the
Thank
weekend.
you, Sharon.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Take care.